Hello everyone, my name is Timothy Lee, and this is going to be the first video for my YouTube channel. Now, this video is going to go over Aphmau's final Mystreet season. Now, a lot of you Aphmau fans have seen the trailer either at VidCon or watched it at home. Now with the trailer going out, there's a lot of predictions and theories, but I'm going to be focusing on one in particular. This one comes from the channel called Write It Out, and he made a theory video for Mystreet one last time. And there are a few things I want to go over to either add some stuff or clarify some things up, you know, make things more interesting. So with all that said, let's get started.
I still see us driving in your car down the highway. We didn't want to stop. Just two kids who were doing what they wanted. Started out on my street, yeah, and those were the best days I've had. And I want it back. Yeah, I want it back. Take it back to. Take me back to.
So this is Write It Out's theory video for the Mystreet one last time. And the first thing I want to talk about is Aphmau being in another universe or like an alternate reality.
Because it kind of is. But why is Aphmau in another realm? Is she aware of this? Maybe. I think so. I think that because Aphmau was able to tap into her Irene powers, she is now changed. And she did exactly what Irene did. Irene found a different realm and latched onto it because it was a happy ending that she could never have. I think maybe Aphmau does the exact same thing.
So like he said, Aphmau did the exact thing Irene did, which was finding another realm and attaching to it because this was the happy ending that she never had. However, we have no idea on what the alternate universe might be. So, if I head over to her YouTube channel, now, a lot of you Aphmau fans know about the other content other than the Mystreet stuff. However, I'm not talking about other roleplay stories like Diaries, Rebirth, Mermaid Tales, My Inner Demons, and none of the other stuff. I'm talking about videos like all of these and going down. So, with all that said, what if this was the alternate reality that Aphmau's in? Because if you think about it, in the other videos, Eren did not suffer as much as he did in the Mystreet timeline. Ian was also not much of a bad guy in the content that she makes other than Mystreet. I mean, yeah, even though Ian does do pranks and all the other mean stuff, but at least he's not what he is in Mystreet. Same thing with Aphmau's father. He was also introduced, and he was the good guy. And there's also new people like Rise, Noi, Pierce, and Mac. And there are other older, more traditional characters like Lucinda, Caitlin, Travis, and so many others. So yeah, I mean, this is just a wild guess, but that might be possible, even in the slightest. So the next thing I want to mention is about Eren's physical health. You know, like since he was blind and then the void burns after the battle has ended.
At all. Why is Eren not blind? It was very clear that Eren lost his sight and his memories at the end of When Angels Fall. And in the final episode of Her Wish, when Eren and Aphmau unwraps the present from Elena, he has to ask what it is because he obviously can't see.
Another part is
Eren's still a werewolf in the final season. And what does all this mean for the future? Well, here's my possible theory. The last time we saw Eren, he was so badly fucked up. My boy was blind, covered in scars, because his girlfriend stabbed him a shit ton, and on top of that, he had these black marks called void burns. But the next time we see him in the trailer, he's completely fine.
And the last part is right around here.
My hero acted baby. Eren should be covered in scars, so why does he look fine? I'm sorry to say, but Eren should not look like this. But wait a minute, I do know of one way that scars can be healed. Do you remember back in episode 5 of Starlight? Aphmau literally uses her power to remove one of Eren's scars. So, what if she does that again? I always found it very strange that this was introduced, but it never had any sort of payoff. This was the first and only time Aphmau has ever done anything like this. And then we just move on. She does it once, and then she never does it ever again.
So with that said, one Aaron looked really fine in the trailer. However, Rydell mentioned that he shouldn't look like this. But he did also mention that there was one possibility. He mentioned about Aphmau's healing ability. However, there was no payoff because every time Aphmau used her healing ability, she was completely worn out. But in another part of the video, he did mention that a lot has changed and Aphmau was able to harness so much more. Same thing with Aaron probably, because a lot of time has passed and he's probably healed up completely, at least physically, but not mentally because he still has no memories of anyone. Now the next thing I want to mention is Aphmau's mask at the end of the trailer. So right here.
Together everything, then that means that Aphmau's healing abilities will somehow come back in a major way. And I think that she possibly heals Aaron completely from all of his scars. And maybe, this is gonna sound insane, but even heals him from the very curse that's been holding him back. But how would that be possible? The last time she tried healing Aaron, she was completely worn out. But that was before. A lot has happened since then, and Aphmau was able to harness so much more power than she ever has been and even form the image of Irene. I think to some extent she was able to awake to her true power, and I'm almost positive that Aphmau heals Aaron from his curse of being an Ultima, which is why she could be seen with the wolf mask on the logo, because she took it away. She removed his curse. She completely healed Aaron. And
so yeah, like what Write It Out said, Aphmau has healed Aaron from his Ultima curse. However, he didn't mention that she absorbed the curse inside herself instead, which is why she wears the mask. If y'all don't remember, or if y'all remember, Aaron had to wear his bandana because of his curse. His eyes, if he looked at someone, he can hurt others. So maybe that's why Aphmau does the same thing. She heals Aaron from his curse, but absorbs it inside herself instead, so that she knows what it's like to have a curse. And then she wears the mask so that she won't hurt others instead. Another thing I want to mention is Aaron was fighting alongside Aphmau during the final battle. It was
to be a werewolf or an Ultima because he doesn't cover his eyes. But also the scene where Aphmau has awakened to her power, for some reason Aaron is standing beside her when that shouldn't be the case because he was turned into a relic to give Aphmau this power. So maybe in this realm he was never turned into a relic and maybe was fighting alongside Aphmau. Or it could be a symbolism thing, I don't know.
So in my opinion, I think that this part right here, I think this is a form of symbolism because even though Aaron got turned into a relic, he did help Aphmau in a lot of other ways to help defeat Michael. So yeah, I think this is a form of symbolism saying that Aaron was fighting alongside Aphmau. Now the last thing I want to mention is how the season is going to be formatted or what it'll consist of.
Does it ever again? And fun fact, one of the questions I asked Jess and Jason was if Mystreet One Last Time was going to be more like season 1 and 2 of Mystreet, or if it's going to be more like Emerald Secret and When Angels Fall and all that. And they specifically told me that it would start off like season 1 and 2 and have like comedy and fun moments, but as the episodes go on, it'll be more like Emerald Secret and When Angels Fall.
So yeah, like he said, it's going to be more like seasons 1 and 2 at the beginning, but then as the videos progress, it's going to be more like Emerald Secret and When Angels Fall and all that stuff. So with all that said, I want to talk about the comet. If the final season is going to be based on the past, then when will the comet show up? Because like I said, it's going to be based on the past. I have a couple of options. Either in the season, Aphmau notices the comet at the beginning and then she chases it, but in the process she has flashbacks of all the fun memories that she made with everyone. Or the comet's going to be presented at the finale, at the end of the season. I mean, those two options might work. Alright guys, that's it for my video. I hope I cleared up some things or maybe added more things to make things interesting. If you guys did like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. I'm Timothy Lee, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.
Take me back to all those times we would get away, only you and me, because honestly,
Hey, do you still remember me?